I can't keep my sister's husband's secret anymore. I am not Oop. Oop is you, C Ambassador 4200. Originally posted to our confessions and her own page. I can't keep my sister's husband's secret anymore. Trigger warnings. Predatory behavior toward a child. Sexual harassment. Rug sweeping assault. Peeping Tom. Possible grooming. Less than. And NBSP. Original post September 21st, 2023. I have a beautiful family. 2 loving and caring parents. My sister, 35, who is way older than me. She is beautiful, intelligent and capable of doing everything she wants. And her husband, 42. He talks a lot and tries to be funny, but he is not. I always pictured my sister to end up with someone better. But she loves him, so we always treat him good. For her. And we welcomed him when they announced their engagement 10 years ago. At that time I was 13 and we planned a family trip to celebrate their engagement. It was great. My family is traditional, so, as they were not married yet, I shared a room with my sister. Remember this because it is important. Everything went good and 3 years ago my sister got pregnant. We were really happy and my parents have always dreamed to have a grandchild, so that Christmas was special because it was our last one before welcoming their child. My brother-in-law was nervous all night and he drank a lot. He tried reaching out to me multiple times, but I saw him drunk, so I tried to avoid him. When he finally could speak to me, he started talking about this weird dream he had. I couldn't understand a thing, so I ignored him. Later that night they went back to their home and I received a message for him saying, "Remember that trip when your sister and I announced our engagement? Well, one day on that trip I entered to your bedroom because I was looking for your sister and she was not there. But you were on the bathroom changing your clothes and the door wasn't fully closed so I could see." My dream was the continuation of that. That's all I read and I immediately felt grossed out. He saw that I didn't respond and tried to continue the conversation, telling me things that I prefer not to repeat. But after a while he gave up. I took screenshots and started crying. I cried all night and told my best friend about it. She told me to talk with my mom and I did. The next day he had deleted all the messages, so I showed my mom the screenshots. She told me to stay calm and that she would talk to him. That year we had a trip for New Year's Eve and it was a nightmare for me. My sister was stressed because of the pregnancy and I felt really guilty. My mom told me that she spoke to him and he apologized. He said that he didn't mean that and that I misunderstood. She didn't believe him and warned him about how wrong was what he did. But she knew that my sister needed him at that moment. So she stayed there for me but told me to not tell her about it. Since that moment he haven't said anything about that to me, but I still feel insecure when traveling with them. I have stopped visiting them and lost a lot of time with my nephew. I feel bad for my sister because she knows that something is off, but she thinks that is me. I have anxiety now and hate family reunions. I don't know what to do. We have a family trip soon and I really don't want to go. I wasn't like this before and I miss my beautiful family. Any advice? And NBSP. Update November 11th, 2023. Thank you for all your comments and support. I was lost and felt a lot of pressure, but reading your comments helped me to get through this. It took me a lot to find the courage to tell her and to write an update here. I'm sorry. My mom and I invited my sister for dinner and finally told her. She was obviously devastated but was mostly concerned about my mental health. She asked me how I've been feeling and thanked us for telling her. She was upset at the beginning with me and my mom for keeping this from her. But she recognized that it was something really big for her to deal with through her pregnancy. I know that most of you were mad at my mom, but she did what she could. Maybe it could have been handled in a better way, but I don't blame her. She's wonderful. My sister is not doing well. She's trying to organize things at her home and with my nephew. We are helping her with everything we can, but it's not easy. She has been preparing to leave her husband as soon as possible. She hasn't told him what she knows, but she will once she has everything ready. Me and my mom have been babysitting my nephew these days as she don't want her husband near him. And NBSP, this is a repost sub IAM not oop. Sister needs to bolt ASAP. A pedo is a pedo. I think I've been on Reddit too long. I should have gone to bed after reading the adorable BORU cat post, but I had to notice I missed this post. I was afraid the sister or the mother wasn't going to believe oop, or worse, blame the victim. I'm glad the sister is making a plan to get out of there. Though it's concerning that the sister has to keep her plans to leave her husband secret. I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out the pedo has a temper as well. Let's hope OOP's screenshots are enough to make sure the pedo can't see his child unsupervised at the very least. I hope everything works out for them. Best of luck 4-leaf clover to OOP's family. You should simply not try to have sex with your wife's sister. How bold and unchecked and not fearful of consequences does one have to be to do what the Bill did? I don't understand how he had the nerve to pull this blatantly pedo move on his sill when his partner was present. Seriously, F that guy. I understand that it's OOP's mother and she's going to defend her because she loves her. But no. When you hear that your son-in-law has been fantasizing about your child from the time they were 13, you don't keep that to yourself because your other daughter is pregnant by him. There are no excuses for her protecting a pedophile. None. Ever. And that's what she did. She protected a pedophile over her own daughter. And the future child her other daughter was carrying. And as much as oop defends her, she'll never forget that. Deep down. What a terrible mother. The mother was in fact not wonderful. It's so refreshing to see someone believe the victim and actually do the right thing instead of staying with the pedophile and denying and/or accusing the victim. This would have ended hard stop had mom told her husband her mother was dead-ass wrong for telling her daughter to keep her mouth shut. I would have scorched the whole damn earth. Mom sat on it for 3 years. That poor kid was also in danger from its pedo father. Poor oop feeling forced to defend the mother because no one supported her enough for her to be able to feel anger and wrong. I'm so glad how oop's sister didn't bat an eye and was upset she didn't know sooner. I really hope they will be fine. The mom dropped the ball by not reporting him creeping after her teen SMH. The mom is also sick in head to allow him near her underage daughter. Not okay. The very first paragraph gives off strong creep, VWR, ting exercise vibes. He said he didn't mean that and that I misunderstood. She had the screenshots and the mom saw them. You can't misunderstand that. Unless he wants to claim the mom misunderstood too. Sorry, but your mom failed you. You will realize this one day when you have your own kid. As a mom, I would have reacted quite differently if my daughters told me what you told her. Another mom who'd rather defend a creepy son-in-law than her own daughter. Sigh. I really hope the mom spoke to him and waited to tell the sister because she was trying to get more info and find a way to help her, considering she's pregnant, rather than just dismissing it. She seems to believe Op from the beginning. Believed her after she spoke to him. Told him to stay away from Op, yet she doesn't tell anyone else. Also, it's weird the father isn't mentioned at all. It made me wonder if they were in some sort of very religious community or something like that. Fucking pedophiles. I'm glad it didn't end up like the last story where everyone cut Oop out.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Heracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.